My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports, the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Welcome back to the stream. It is Friday night. That means it's time for Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. This week we are at up in Indiana at Kokomo. A little bit of short track action after Williams Grove last week. We were glad to get out of there, but we will see how tonight goes. Kokomo can be hit or miss. Got a great field of drivers. Looks like I'm counting 22 drivers in the field. Again, welcome aboard. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Appreciate all feedback that you can give us. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. We are getting ready to call the drivers off the track. You will ride along with me. We do communicate with the drivers throughout the night, so that might be a little different than what you're used to if you're just coming to the show. Again, here at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 22 too many, so we're trying to do our small part. We play promos throughout the night of organizations out there doing great things for veterans. So ask that you donate if you can, buy a t-shirt, just do whatever you can. So we are getting ready to call the drivers in off the track. We will do that right now. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track. Hi, drivers. Welcome to Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, the A&J Landscaping 358 Modifieds at Kokomo. This is week 4. We'll go over the rules real quick. Please remember, if you finish in a podium position, you do not interview and you do not stay for the photo. You will get an EOL the following night. You bring out 2 cautions in a heat or feature race, you will be done for the night. Intentional contact will get you an automatic suspension. Call-outs on Discord or messaging other drivers within the league. If we find out about it, you're probably going to get another suspension. Don't forget, coming up, we have the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. There's Sunday is the deadline. If you sign up by Sunday, you will be entered into a $100 drawing. We also get 3 provisionals here at Friday Night Lights. The leader in the any of the 3 divisions, 358s, limited modifieds, or 305s, if you are leading in the points and you are not already qualified for the feature, you will get a provisional. So we do get 3 provisionals. Highly suggest that you sign up for all 3 divisions, as they do it kind of like we did, where it's a accumulation of the 3 divisions. So that's coming up. Make sure that you get in there before it closes up. Again, that $100 drawing expires on Sunday. So that's all I got for tonight. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we advance? Say that again. Oh, I get it. All right, fellas, we're going to advance. I wish you all the best of luck. So we have advanced to qualifying. We're going to get underway. We do have 25 lap features for the 358 modifieds and the limited late models. We have 30 lap features for the 305 sprint cars. We will follow the drivers as they come out on the track. First out on the track is the 213 of Michael Vitale in the 213 machine. Michael is an Air Force veteran. I'd like to thank Michael for his service to our nation in the United States Air Force. Michael takes the green flag for first of his 2-time laps. Dan McLaren in the 88 machine. He's coming to us by way of Coast2Coast Racing League, but it is Joseph Grandy, now Gavin Chatham at the top of the board in that 24 machine. Gavin's been hit or miss this season. Brandon Templeton up to P2 in the 31 machine. Grant Wesley in the 88 out on track. Good to see the GY6RN logo on board. Greatly appreciate the support out there. Gavin Chatham at the top of the board with a 13 even. Jake Henry in the 171 from Murano Racing Camp. Again, got your 6 Racing Network on board. Greatly appreciated, Jake. Currently 15th quick. David Tormachi, driver out of Montana in the 313. Coming for his first timed lap. '20th quick for that 313. Again, Dan McLaren in the 88 is 16th quick. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car, driver out of Indiana. Jordan was in Disneyland last week when that storm blew through, so he did miss last week. Glad to see that him and his family are alive and well. See how the 11 car does. Coming to the flag stand. 17th quick for the number 11 machine. Donald Ingram, or James Ingram, in the 40 machine. We do have 3 Ingrams in the field, 2 brothers, and this is the dad. James currently 20th quick. Anthony Marjulio from the Mass Mafia stables. Currently 12th quick for Anthony with a 13-13. Michael Carter busts up that front row. He breaks the 13-second barrier. 12.96 for the 15. That is your points leader currently. Carter, Wesley, Vitale, Cox, Dixon are your top 5 in points as we are in week 4. So put Michael Carter in that 15 with your quick time. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Randall Dixon, Cale Smith in row 2. Donald Ingram, Samuel Bachman in row number 3. John Morano and David Tormachi rounds out your field of 8 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length, feed yourself the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Last I checked, there were 22 drivers in the field. So if that is still the case, everyone will move on. If we do get a caution, I ask that you get back into position as quickly as possible as things happen in a big hurry here at Kokomo. Race hard, race clean, good luck. That 15 car on the pole spells bad news for the rest of the field. His teammate Cale Smith in the 115. He qualified a little bit further back. You get those two together, they've been nose to tail the last couple weeks. So the CTM crew has been on a tear. As says Joseph Grandy. He's had some bad luck getting involved in incidents that weren't necessarily his fault, but he is quick up front. Pace truck is off as the 15 car will take us to the green flag. Coming off of turn number 4. Looking good. The field is lined up. Green flag is out. We are underway. It is Carter on the bottom. Grandy wastes no time, as does Carter. Gets to the high side. They swap. 518 goes down low. Carter on the high side in the 15. 518 is going to be looking for a spot up high. He's able to break up the CTM party by getting in between Carter and Smith. Put the 518 in P3. Samuel Bachman in the last top 4 will automatically transfer to the feature. The 007 of Samuel Bachman. He is currently the 4th driver on lap 3 of 8. Randall Dixon, the first car on the outside looking in that 11 machine. He's got pressure from behind. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. Donald also served in the United States Navy. So, Donald, thank you for your service. Up front, Carter pulling away, running the high side. Grandy in line, as is Carter. Samuel Bachman thought about ducking low inside the 115. Don't know how hard these transfer drivers will run. Randall Dixon is the first car on the outside looking in. They will most likely be transferring to a B main tonight if they can't make that pass. We are working lap 6 of 8, now 7 of 8. Up front, Carter checking out on the field. Grandy in P2. We got 1 lap to go. 15 car running the high side. Grandy and Cale Smith are going to battle it out here. We're going to take a peek at that 4th and final transfer position. It will be Carter. Grandy, Smith, Bachman are your 4 transfer drivers to the feature for tonight. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Gavin Chatham, Anthony Morano on the front row. Travis Anderson, Jesse Ingram in row 2. Michael Vitale, Grant Wesley in row number 3. James Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Top 4 heading straight to the feature. Everyone else probably going to a consolation of sorts. 8 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Anthony Morano on the outside of road number 1. We will take our, if I can find it, there it is. Say good evening to his wife, Sherry, on board that 32 machine. Sherry tunes in each week to watch Anthony run. Sherry, greatly appreciated. All the spouses, significant others out there that support your driver. That's great to see. 24 car of Gavin Chatham on the inside of row number 1 will take us to the green flag. That 33 is the T part of the CTM race crew. That is Travis Anderson. 24 car of Gavin Chatham dives it down low. 32 car goes by on the high side. Now the 7 car sends it in. That's James Ingram, sends it in, takes away P2 from Gavin Chatham. It is a battle for that 4th and final transfer position between the 33 and that 88, as those 2 are going to battle it out. 33 car of Travis Anderson is going to make a move on the outside of the 24. That will put Gavin Chatham on the bubble if the 33 can make the pass, and it looks like he will. Anthony Morano still at the front of the field in the 32. James Ingram moved up 1. Michael Vitale making a little bit of contact there. No caution comes out. Grant Wesley in the 88 machine is in the 4th and final transfer position, working lap 6 of 8. Gavin Chatham's going to battle it out with Michael Vitale for that 5th position. Top 4 separating themselves from the field. That's Morano, Ingram, Anderson, Wesley are your current top 4. That will transfer. 88 car getting a little bit restless. Wesley looking underneath that 033. This is the last lap. 32 car of Anthony Morano bringing it home. 88 sends it down low. Morano, Ingram, Anderson, Wesley are your top 4 heading straight to the feature. Everyone else probably going to a B main if we have one. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Brandon Templeton, Chris Cox on the front row. Randy Shreves, Anthony Marjulio in row number 2. Jordan LaFawn, Dan McLaren in 3. Jake Henry rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, ask you to tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. You got 2 Iowa drivers on that front row. Brandon Templeton from Corning, Iowa, and Chris Cox, the reigning 358 modified champion from last season. He's on the outside. He's from Des Moines, Iowa. Again, thank you all for tuning in. We will go on board with your pole sitter as he comes to the green flag. Pace truck is off. We will ride along with that 31 machine. The dirt track bank 31. Green flag is out. We are underway. Great start on the outside. You saw the 515 get a jump. Templeton on that bottom side. Can he get a run off the bottom? No, he's going to fall back. Now Anthony Marjulio is going to try to take 3rd from the 31. Jordan LaFawn in that 11 car battling it out. Templeton has to get to that high line, and he does. They make contact. Templeton will find himself in P3. Dan McLaren in the 880 machine is in the 4th and final transfer position. Randy Shreves in the 56, not far behind. We are nose to tail early. Cox, Marjulio, Templeton, McLaren, your top 4. Looks like McLaren got into the wall, as did Randy Shreves. That will move Jordan LaFawn, the first car on the outside, looking in at an automatic transfer to the feature. Meanwhile, up front, Cox getting it done. Nose to tail, kind of got spread out here. Working lap 6 of 8. Templeton and Marjulio make a little bit of contact. Go on board with Marjulio. Not sure where Templeton went. Let's see if we can find... Templeton running that bottom side. 1 lap to go. Gets that bottom side to work. Still in P3 up high. Chris Cox is going to bring home the win. Marjulio, Templeton, and Dan McLaren are your top 4 heading directly to the feature. Three minutes of warm-up. 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Our biggest
thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We are getting ready to go 25 laps in the feature race. Winners of features do qualify as long as they run at least 6 races. Hold that thought. We will be right back. Feature to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Anthony Morano on the front row, Chris Cox, Joseph Grandy in row 2, Jesse Ingram, Anthony Barfulio in 3, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson in 4, Brandon Templeton, Samuel Bachman in 5, Grant Wesley, Dan McLaren in row number 6, Randall Dixon, Gavin Chatham in 7, Jordan LaFawn, Donald Ingram in 8, Vitaly Henry in 9, Morano Ingram in 10, Shreves and Tormachi round out your field of 22 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to the feature leader. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everyone else. Once you get the 1 to go, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. If a caution does come out, get back in line as quickly as possible. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Your points leader, Michael Carter, in that 15 machine, is on the front row. He has been hard to deal with once he gets on that front row. And the 115 of Cale Smith, his teammate, will roll off in P7. Anthony Morano in the 32, and the Morano crew get better and better each week. Green flag is out. 25 laps to get it done. 15 car hugs that bottom side. Can he get enough bite off the bottom? He didn't have enough to slide up. Will he get up? He's got room now. He's making that bottom work. The rest of the field will take note of that. His teammate, the 115, moved from 7th to 3rd by running the bottom. You can bet the rest of the field sees that. Cale Smith up to P3, while Michael Carter, my apologies, Anthony Morano now falls back to P2. Back it down. Looks like Joseph Grandy involved. Let's take a look at that 518, that light blue car. Running below Chris Cox, currently in the 6th position. Looks like Templeton on the bottom. Those two are going to make contact. The 31 into the back of the 518. That will send the 31 to the back of the field for the restart. Pace truck is off. This restart is on the leader. We are underway. Great start by the 15. Looks like that bottom side is working for Michael Carter. We're 4 wide back here. Grant Wesley battling it out with Chris Cox, the 7 car of Ingram, the 88. Oh my goodness, we are side by side. The 33 car trying to move through the field. That's Travis Anderson. He's trying to join his teammates at the front of the field. Take a look at the 33 car. Those are his 2 teammates right in front of you. Anthony Morano continues to run that outside. Now he's got company up there. That is the 88 car of Grant Wesley. Wesley taking a peek. How about second place Cale Smith as he tries to track down his teammate? Samuel Bachman involved in an incident. Again, your replays tonight brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. I'd like to thank the good folks at the Dirt Track Bank for all they do for Got Your Six Racing Network. It is the 007 of Bachman. Gets into that outside wall. Open wheel car. Climbs up that wall, over he goes. So he will head to the back for bringing out the caution. Up front, Michael Carter showing the way, his teammate to his rear bumper. Working lap 10 of 25. 9 of 25. This will be the last 2x2 lineup. We will go single file from here on out. Race control calls off the restart. Three CTM cars, all 3 in the top 4. The 32 car of Anthony Morano might be forced to run that bottom side. He might find that he likes it down there. The 88 car dives it in. He dove in deep. That was Grant Wesley. You do not stop turning the steering wheel here at Kokomo. Quarter-mile bull ring. Morano moves back to the high side. We got somebody around. Looked like the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. Let's take a look. Not sure who it was. Someone right in here. That was LaFawn that got in there on that bottom side in the 11 machine. Collects a whole bunch of drivers there. Working lap 13 of 25. Michael Carter still at the point. His teammate, Cale Smith, in the 113 is in P2. Anthony Morano continues to run that high side. Grant Wesley able to make the pass. He is currently the last car in a podium position. Wesley getting a good run off the top side. Carter, Wesley now, Smith, Morano. We'll see how it comes out at the line. Carter moves up high. You can bet the CTM boys. That's Carter, Smith, and Travis. Where's Travis Anderson? In 5th place. You know they're talking on the radio. Looks like the top 2 moved up high. Let's check in on Travis Anderson to see where Travis is running. In that 033 car. He's running the middle with Anthony Marfulio in that 238. So those two battling it out for P5. Working lap 18 of 25. Michael Carter at the front of the field coming up on lap traffic. Grant Wesley, so 1-2 in the points, running 1-2 on the track. Michael Vitale Jr. is in P3 in the points. Caution comes back out. Chris Cox involved. That's last year's champion in the 515 machine. Running the high side. Same story. Gets that right front into the wall. The car climbs up and over he goes. Working lap 20 of 25, so we are getting down there in laps. Great battle. Top three start-finish line. Marjulio at the line, running the bottom side, edges out the 115 of Cale Smith. Great run. Great way to start the Friday Night Lights. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. Kind of confused here as it is Cale Smith on the podium picture. Not the 238 of Anthony Marjulio is what I have on my timing chart. No. We will have to get a word here with Cale Smith. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll pull Cale Smith into the booth.
Go.
The 115 of Cale Smith moves up 3 from his starting position. Cale, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, Joe, I got you.
Man, great run. You and Anthony Marjulio battled it out. My SDK is still showing Marjulio as the third place finisher. So I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, I'm not sure, man. Great run. Walk me through your night, moving up through the field. And once again, once you and that 15 hook up, man, that is a hard pair to get by.
It's not one of my better tracks, but I was lucky enough to start on the bottom there. I didn't have a great heat race, but started on the bottom there, and before I knew it, I was in second or third, and we got to check out a little bit there, and then, man, before I knew it, Grant was running the top, flew right around me, and I figured I need to get up there to be able to, get on the podium at least.
Yeah, man. So this track was kind of weird tonight because you're right. In the beginning, man, you moved up right through the field. We actually called that out on the broadcast. And then the top came in. And then at the end, it looked like the bottom came back in and then the top again. So it kind of, did you feel the line moving around?
Not really. I was searching for it. I was hoping that bottom would stay in, but towards the end there, I knew we were battling, and I figured, hey, I'm just gonna stay on the top because I know I'd get a lot of momentum, coming down the straightaway there, and I was just hoping that'd be enough at the line, and it looks like it was just barely enough. So.
Yeah, man, great battle to the end. You moved up 6 points or 6 places in the points last week, so this definitely won't hurt another great finish by the 115. Who do you want to thank for your podium?
Yeah, thanks CTM Motorsports, my teammates, Michael Carter on the win. Great drive by him. Travis had a good run too. Sim Coaches, A-Logs Projects, Redline Race Designs. You guys got your 6 Racing Network. Joe, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you going to do the limited late models?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on, brother. Should open up here momentarily. Great run by the CTM crew, man, and we'll see you in the limited late models.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. Grant Wesley moves up 9 positions from his start in the 88. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, way to go, brother. You battled through. You moved up to the front. You are second currently in the points behind that 15 car. So you needed to get in front of him, but I will tell you, you did the next best thing, man. You stayed right there in P2. How'd you get through all the traffic?
Oh, man, let me tell you what. This thing's just coming up 1 position short. But, Mike, he's a good driver. He's fast every week. So, I mean, I can't be too upset about a second place. But, yeah, so I kind of screwed up my qualifying. It really kind of stuck me in a hole for tonight. And so I was kind of trying to dig out. I passed a few cars in the heat race. I think I got a 4th. And, yeah, we started 11th, which was on the inside. I prefer the outside around this place. But, I just kind of go where they wasn't. And, you just have to kind of be patient and just wait for the holes to open up around here. So that's what we did.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Cale Smith. To me, from the booth, it looked like the line was moving around. The bottom was hot early, like first few laps. Then the top came in, then the bottom, and then the top to finish. So I've never really, of course, I was not in the seat, but never really seen that here at Kokomo. To me, it looked like that line was just moving around everywhere. Did you notice that from the seat, or were you pretty set on where you were going to run?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of all the tracks on the iRacing service, I think the line moves here more than anywhere else, just because of the way the track's shaped. Yeah, it was definitely on the bottom there early. The bottom was really good, even through like the first 10 laps. But and the top's almost it is pretty good, definitely there at the end. I think 1 and 2, you pretty well want to be on the top no matter what. But 3 and 4, even at the end, there was several options where you could have tried to make a run happen to make a pass, like shoot through the middle. But I just ran out of time.
Yeah, man. So we're looking at the '88 car here on the broadcast. Hustlin' Hoosier. So where does that put you exactly from?
So I'm from Southern Indiana,
Whereabouts?
Evansville.
Get out.
Very southern tip. Yep.
My wife was actually spent her childhood in Mount Vernon, went to modern day in Evansville for high school, and in my military career, I kidnapped her and brought her out here to California when we retired. So we're actually heading back your way, my brother. Within the next couple of years, we're thinking northern Kentucky, northeast Kentucky, somewhere. But yeah, man, know the area well. Been there many times. That one I will not forget. A great podium finish for you, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, just I'd
I
like to
thought so.
thank just all your supporters here that make this such a great place. I'd like to thank you for putting on the broadcast. I enjoy watching it. You're on a very professional show. Like to thank my teammates, what they are, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Yeah, man, great run. We gonna see you the rest of the night?
Unfortunately, not tonight.
All right, man. I wish you a great weekend. You cap off a podium and you're out. I dig it. If I got a podium, I'd probably do about the same. But good run by the '88, man. Keep up the great work.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Have a great weekend. Michael Carter in the 15 card, no stranger to the podium, brings home the win here at Kokomo Speedway. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Sir.
That's how you get it done, man. The CTM boys on the podium. Travis Anderson didn't have a bad night. He came up in P5, so you had all three CTM cars in the top 5. So we were talking about the way the line moves around here at Kokomo. You were running that bottom side, then you switched up to the top. Did you see the line move that much, or were you just going wherever looked good?
The bottom was real fast at the beginning of the race, and I think everybody was just burning it up. And Grant got around my teammate there, and I seen him coming like in a hurry, so I was like, I better do something. So I went up to the top, and it was actually a lot faster up there. Kept the momentum up, and this track is really fun to race. It's got 3 different lines in it. If it would have been slicked off a little bit more, I think it would have been a little bit more interesting. But yeah, it was fun, man. Grant did a good job. I seen him coming though. He was a rocket ship up there, and Kale was giving me pressure there for a little bit too. He had a good run, and like I said, Travis did too. So it was fun.
Yeah, man, another great performance put on by you guys. So another win for the 15 machine. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
I think Randy Carter Painting, CTO Motorsports, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, Redline Race Designs, GY6RN, Friday Night Lights, you of course, Joe, everybody watching, Top Tier Race Control, Dirt Track Bank, just everybody involved with this. Really appreciate it. And I'm excited for your new journey. I read about your legend, so that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Good deal.
can't wait. We're hitting the road at 0:30 in the morning, heading down to SoCal. So yeah, I can't wait. So very excited,
Awesome.
man. Great run by you, my friend. And you gonna run the limited late models tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you again, I'm sure.
I'm going to try.
And that's not the broadcaster's curse right there. So I might have to take that back. Great
We'll see what
run.
happens.
Great run, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is your 358 modified tonight. Michael Carter brings home the victory. Grant Wesley moving up in that 88 machine, the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Come to find out where my wife is from. Cale Smith in the 115 finishes in P3. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be back with the limited late models right here at Kokomo Speedway. So we will be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the Spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
why I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling? We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward.
It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well. They can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're gonna go through the blue barrels and you can weave through them and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we can grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property that, you know, we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people.
Obstacles. I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.
Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created? Like we'll say in motorsports racing, kart racing, or even in sim racing. While on the track, simulator, in your race car, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you need to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even racing suits, they will go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits, as well as safety-rated wear, Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can have your own name customized just the way you like it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, it's your wear, your way. Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created? Like we'll say in motorsports racing?
Welcome back. We are back at Kokomo, Indiana with the limited late model division. Let's take a quick look at the points. Thank you all for sticking with us. Michael Carter, the 15 car, is leading the points, followed by Chris Cox. His teammate Travis Anderson from the CTM stable is in P3. Jeff Kemper, Randy Shreves round out your top 5 in points. Special shout out, ma'am. Pete Fitzsimmons is what I see. I know that you are Jordan LaFawn's grandma. As always, ma'am, thank you for tuning in. I hope I got that right. It's great to see you every Friday night. That's what it's about. Racing is a family event, so it's always great to see fans out there cheering on their loved ones. So welcome to Friday Night Lights, ma'am. Once again, it's great to see you aboard. We are getting ready to call the drivers off the track here. Travis Anderson in the 033. That's the third CTM driver, is out on track. He's got your quick time in the 1262 area. So limited late models getting around a little bit faster than the 358 modifieds did. Tonight we got 25 laps in the limited late models, and we're going to close out the night with the 305 sprint cars right here at Kokomo, and that will wrap up week 4. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 4 at Kokomo, Indiana. We'll go over the rules real quick. No interview, no photo if you finish on a podium. That is an EOL the following week. 2 cautions in any race. Can be a feature or a heat race. You will be DQ'd from that division. Intentional contact will not be tolerated. Call-outs on Discord or messaging people on other platforms, absolutely not acceptable. So please, before you send out a message, let yourself cool down and make sure that it goes out in the proper tone. Excessive blinking, first time you will be warned. Second time you will get an EOL. Third time you will be asked to park it for the night. Big shout out tonight. The Dirt Track Bank World Finals are coming up. We do have 3 provisionals at Friday Night Lights, but we have had very few drivers sign up for that event. It is a $1,500 payout. How it's going to work is the top points driver in the 358 limited late models and the 305 sprint cars will get an automatic invitation to the big show on the final night of that $1,500 race. So if you are in Friday Night Lights and you are in that position, if you don't qualify naturally, then it will go to the next driver. So that's out there. You got to sign up by Sunday. There is a drawing. It's a $100 drawing. So once you sign up, your name will be entered into that drawing. There's 3 divisions, just like we run our Dash for Cash. So it'll be accumulation. Payout will be based on. So my suggestion is you sign up for all 3 divisions. This is the first journey that Friday Night Lights has taken out. So I hope you guys will support Friday Night Lights and also win yourself a chance to get some cash. So big event coming up at the end of the month. Again, that deadline for the early bird $100 raffle is Sunday night. So please, if you're going to run, get your money in before Sunday. You have a possibility of winning an extra $100. So that's all I have from here. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time before we transfer into qualifying. None heard. I wish you the best of luck. We are going to advance into qualifying. So you have it. We're about ready to go qualifying in the limited late models. Waiting for the cars to come on track. It looks like the 111 of Randall Dixon will be the first car that we catch out on track. Randall Dixon is currently, check the points here real quick. Randall Dixon is 15th in the points. He's only been with us. He has missed a race, so that has moved him down in the points a little bit. And he's at the top of the board. Jeffrey Kemper, the 181, the driver out of Oregon. Now Anthony Morano, Travis Anderson. That top quick time is transferring between drivers. The 0:33 of Travis Anderson currently running now Chris Cox. Back to Travis Anderson. So Chris Cox and Travis Anderson are battling back and forth. Chris Anderson with a 12:61 in the 33. Michael Carter, he ruins the show. Put the 15. Your points leader on the pole. Gavin Chatham out on track in the 24 car. Currently 6th quick. Kurt Schatzer in the 18. 8th quick. James Ingram in the 40. He's currently 13th quick. Randy Shreves in the 56. We do have a few cars left to go here. 56 of Randy Shreves is out on the track, coming off a turn number 4. 12th quick for the 56. Anthony Marjulio in the 238 had a great run in the 358 modifieds. Driver out of New Hampshire, actually. He's going to come off of turn 4. He's looking for that flag stand for his first timed lap. '11th quick for the 238. Gavin Chatham still out on track, getting a few extra practice laps, as is the 33 of Chatham. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car, driver out of Indiana, out on track. Everyone seems to be running that high side. Let's go on board with Jordan and see what it looks like from the cockpit. As he's coming off of turn 4, hammer down for the flag stand. 13 quick for the 11 car. Jordan LaFawn times in with the 12:94. Got one more lap. You can see his hands over there. It's busy as ever. 7th quick. So he moves up quite a few positions. That will round out qualifying as we are getting ready to go heat racing. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Chris Cox on the front row. Anthony Marjulio, or Anthony Morano, Jordan LaFawn in row 2. Kurt Schatzer, Jeffrey Kemper in 3. Jesse Ingram, Michael Vitale in 4. John Morano rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please, everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Race hard, race clean. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Good luck. Put on a great show. It will be Michael Carter. We've seen this song and dance before. So you got last season's champion to the outside in row number 1. You got a hungry number 11 car in Jordan LaFawn. And I would not be a teammate if I did not call out that dirt track bank number 18 of Kurt Schatzer, my teammate and great friend, rolling off on the inside of row number 3. Green flag is out. We are underway. They are nose to nose at the line. Carter dives it down low. They make contact. Carter holds on to it. That will put Jordan LaFawn on the pole. The 11 car did not hesitate, in the right position at the right time. Put the 11 on the point as Chris Cox is in P2. Jeff Kemper in P3, swapping that with Michael Vitale. We are side-by-side contact. Big crash right after the flag stand. Oh my goodness, this has started out. We have had all the action that we could have. You got the 18, the 213, make a little bit of contact. The 181 involved. The 15 of Carter involved. Now the 32 of Morano tries to miss. Little bit of net code. Let's just hope this is not a sign of things to come. However, we do need to go on board the 32 machine and check and see. We don't see Sherry on board the limited late model, but Sherry, if you're out there, again, thank you very much. Jordan LaFawn will roll off on the point, so the restart will be on that 11 car, driver out of Indiana. Great start by the 11. The 515 goes with them. They're going to work the high side. Kurt Schatzer in the 4. Another caution comes out. That's Anthony Morano and John Morano. So that'll be an interesting dinner conversation. You got the 32 and the 33. A little bit of Murano on Murano violence there. And up front, looks like Jordan LaFawn. Something happened up front. We have to go back and take a peek at that. That was Chris Cox, Jordan LaFawn. See if we can get a good camera shot. It's LaFawn on the point. 5:15 of Chris Cox makes contact with the 11. Jordan LaFawn tries to hold on to it. The 5:15 of Carter was coming. Carter gets into the 5:15. A lot of beating and banging up front. .515 spins the 11, and your front four involved. So this will be interesting. Michael Carter was able to make it through, I think. Michael Carter on the point, not sure. Followed by Vitali, Ingram, and Kemper. Jeffrey Kemper in that 181 in the final transfer position. He's got Jordan LaFawn hot on his tail. The 11 car needs to settle in. 213. We're going to go 3 wide. That typically does not work. And it doesn't work again here. LaFawn ends up into the fence with 1 lap to go. That will put the 11 car in the back of the feature. As Michael Carter walks away with the win. Carter, Ingram, Cross, Kemper. What a crazy heat race. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Travis Anderson, Cale Smith on the front row. Randall Dixon, Gavin Chatham in row number 2. Donald Ingram, Anthony Marfulio in row number 3. Randy Shreves, James Ingram in row number 4. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leaders stay 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Once the pace truck exits, keep a steady pace between there and the green flag. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, going to ask you to tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Let's settle in. Put on a great show. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So a lot of action in that first heat. That was kind of different. It will be Travis Anderson. With his teammate Cale Smith to his outside. Cale Smith takes over the lead. His teammate Travis Anderson in P2. Gavin Chatham up to P3. The 11 car makes contact. What is going on with the limited late models? As the caution comes back out, Randy Shreves ends up in the inside fence. So the limited late models are not starting on the best of notes. And we're only working lap 3 of 8. Pace truck is off. '33 car to the point. Travis Anderson in P1. Teammate Cale Smith in the 115 in P2. Gavin Chatham, he moves up to P3 as the top 3 scoot away from the field. Dixon and Ingram battling it out for that 4th and final transfer position, although everybody will transfer. Working lap 4 of 8. Travis Anderson up front got his teammate, Travis Anderson. He's pulling away from Cale Smith. Gavin Chatham, now Randall Dixon, 1 lap to go. Dixon able to separate himself in that 4th position. It looks like Travis Anderson coming off of turn number 4. Put the 0.33 for the win. Anderson, Smith, Chatham, Dixon, your top 4. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go 25 laps in your limited late model feature. We will get your starting lineup here. Feature to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Travis Anderson on the front row. Ingram Smith in row 2. Chris Cox, Gavin Chatham in row number 3. Kemper Dixon in 4. Anthony Morano, Donald Ingram in row number 5. Kurt Schatzer, Randy Shreves in 6. Michael Vitale, Anthony Marjulio in 7. Jordan LaFont, James Ingram in row number 8. John Morano, Jordan Darling is not in the race, so that is your 17 drivers in the field. All right, leader, not unlike your feature or a heat race, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on green. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Heat races were a little bit rough. Let's settle in. Be patient. Work yourself to the front. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. That 15 car on the front row and his teammates. You got the CTM boys starting within the top 4. That's Michael Carter, Travis Anderson, and Cale Smith. Michael Carter currently leading in the 358 modifieds and the limited late models as they come off a turn 4, looking for the green flag. We are underway, 25 laps to settle it. Carter dives for the bottom, slides up, gets to the outside. 33 car into the outside wall. Not sure if a caution will come out. They were beating and banging in the back of the field as Michael Carter takes over the lead. Jesse Ingram in a limited late model is no stranger to the front of the field. Watch the 115. We've seen this song and dance before as Cale Smith is going to battle it out with Jesse Ingram in the 7 car. 115 down low, 7 up high. See how close that 115 is coming to those tires. Cuts it down in 3 and 4, slides across. Catches the tire there. The reigning limited late model champion in the 515 of Chris Cox is coming through the field. We'll go on board with the Des Moines, Iowa driver. He's currently running in the 3rd position behind Jesse Ingram. Cale Smith staying on that bottom side. Jeff Kemper in the 181. He is up to P5. Gavin Chatham is up to P6. Jordan LaFont up 6 from the start, makes contact. See what happened to that 11 car as he's behind the 32 of Morano. Looks like Morano gets a little bit loose. The 11 checks up. .238 of Marjulio coming from the bottom. Looks like a lot of net code right there. So there was not much contact. It didn't appear. In iRacing, they have a thing that's called net code where the car will make contact. However, by visual, it does not appear that that was the case. So we'll see. Sounds like the 11 car is getting the EOL, so he will start at the back of the field. We are only working lap 10 of 25, so we have a long way to go, no matter where you're at in the field. We are going to go green next time by. 15 car, Michael Carter. Great start. Carter on the bottom side. Working lap 10 of 25. Those in the back of the field need to settle in, take the positions when they come available. Caution comes back out. Looks like James Ingram involved. In that 40 machine. Let's see what happened here. It looks like James is running all by himself. Looks like Schatzer in front of this crew is involved. Let's take a look here. Running behind the 10 car of Ingram. Just gets into that outside, collects the 11 and the 213. So, working lap 11 of 25. We still have a ways to go. Your winner could come from anywhere in this field. I believe this will be the last double wide restart. After this, we will move to single file. Michael Carter with a great start. That leaves him 3 wide behind him. That's the 115, the 7, the 181. Chris Cox is working the high side. 33 car of Travis Anderson also working that high side. Donald Ingram involved. 213 gets into that outside wall. Looks like the 11 car was also involved. Jordan LaFawn gets collected by the 111. So the 11 collected by the 111. Plenty of time to get into the pits for a quick repair. Come back out. We do have plenty of laps left to go. Michael Carter at the front of the field. He's got his teammate Cale Smith behind him. Jesse Ingram in the 7 car in P3. Chris Cox in P4. Jeff Kemper in the 181. Driver out of Oregon is in P5. The third of the CTM crew, Travis Anderson in the 033, is in P6. Pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. 13 of 25 laps completed. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Will we see another 115 finish? Jesse Ingram currently in the 7 car. He's got his teammate to his outside. That is the 515 of Chris Cox, last year's limited late model champion. Jeff Kemper giving it a great go in the 181. He's currently in P5. Gavin Chatham battling it out with the 238 of Anthony Marfulio in the Mass Mafia machine. The 56 of Randy Shreves in P9. Anthony Morano in the 32 is in P10. Donald Ingram in P11. Vitali in row number 12. Regardless, Michael Vitali, don't care where you're running, my brother. Thank you for your service to our country in that 213 car. Power production specialist in the United States Air Force, so thank you for your service. Randall Dixon in the 11 car, running in P13. James Ingram. Everyone else has exited for the night. It is the 15 car up front, battling it out with his teammate on lap 21 of 25. Chris Cox moves up into the third and final podium position. Michael Carter on the point. Lap traffic is going to come into play here. That is James Ingram in the 40 machine on the high side. That forces the 15 down low. On lap 24 of 25, Chris Carter makes contact with lap traffic. He's able to recover. A 1 lap to go. Cale Smith, tired of runner-up positions. Will the 115 be able to close the deal? Coming off a turn 4, Carter, Smith, Cox are your top three. Top three start-finish line, please. Top three start-finish line. Michael Carter will take home another victory. Cale Smith and Chris Cox on the podium. All right, fellas. Chris, pull up, pull up, pull up. Keep going. Chris, you're good right there. Great photo. Don't forget to go out for your interviews. We will get a word with your top three here momentarily. We got Cale Smith in the booth. We're waiting on Chris Cox, and there he is. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, another good run in the 515. Walk us through your night. What was the best line for you around Kokomo tonight?
It seemed like it was the top all the way around. Just, make sure I didn't get up in that wall and kill the car.
Yeah, we're looking at the track actually as you're speaking, and between the cushion and the slick is maybe a 3-foot patch. So that top became very technical, very quick. Man, how'd you get through everybody? You moved up 2 from your start. Who was your biggest competition out there?
The biggest competition was probably my teammate Jesse. He kept just kind of blocking the lines on the straight, so I couldn't get. It's kind of a challenge to get past him. Otherwise, we kept getting up by Smith. But just every time we get by him or like get racing room, it just yellow would come out. So that kind of just screwed us.
Yeah, man, but it is another podium nonetheless. Let's take a quick look at the points. You probably know you are currently second in the points, so Michael Carter is currently leading the points. So you are the defending late model champion, which, man, you got a trophy coming your way. I can't figure out how to get a sticker that sticks to carbon fiber. I'm working on it. I'll get that your way. You should have got your shirts. I haven't checked the tracking, but, man, another great run by the 515. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank the Ingram family. Basically Top Secret, which is all the Ingram family and me.
I'm not even gonna ask.
You guys for putting this on. Dirt Track Bank for sponsoring it. It'd be nice if Dirt Track Bank would come sponsor me since I'm the one from Iowa. Get a big old Dirt Track Bank sponsored on the side of the car.
Man, you can't. I got no. Can't happen. It can happen. It can happen. There's a.
Message him and tell him you have a Jesse Sobbings for him on iRacing.
Yeah, they are super folks, man. Go ahead. My apologies.
Just everything those guys do for us over here. You for putting this on and you for streaming it. The admins that we hired to watch this, they're doing a pretty good job. Way better than most leagues I've ran. The rest of the guys for showing up and racing. That's basically it.
Yeah, we don't have as big as numbers as we've used to, but the racing has been super. It's improved, I believe. So that's the drivers wanting to be here that are here. So man, that's absolutely a plus. So congratulations, man. We're gonna see you in the sprint cars.
Yes, I will be, and hopefully we get a better race in the sprint cars.
All right, man. Good luck.
Yep, you too.
Yeah, man. Cale Smith brings the 115 home. He moves up 2 from his start. Cale, once again, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
So here we are again. What do they say? Something about a bridesmaid or something.
No.
So I'm waiting for the day. You might have to use the chrome horn here. One of these times. I would never advocate that, of course, but man, great run by the 115. That 15 is just tough to get by, man. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, I tell you what, honestly, Carter's one of the better guys in this game. There's no doubt you're going to see him for a long time to come up in the front of any race. But I was thinking, I kept watching my lap times there, and I was, if you could run 12 nines, 13 O's, I was going to stay on the bottom before I tried to do anything different. It was just about, getting good restarts and staying smooth on the pedal coming out. A lot of these guys are quick, so it's you just got to be consistent, and I was just trying to stay consistent on the bottom there. I was giving it all I had, trying to get underneath Michael, but just wasn't enough.
I have a teammate on my team that always says, if you want to get better, you got to race better. So the better the competition of your team, I think the better the team overall becomes. Man, it's not going to be long where that 115 and the 15 are going to be swapping that podium. Man, another great run for the CTM crew. Love having you guys aboard. Who do you want to thank for your second of the night podium finish?
Thank my team, CTM Motorsports, with Michael. Congratulations on another win. Travis was super fast tonight. I think he got in some trouble there in the beginning, and he battled back to get. I think he was 4th. So congratulations to him. Sim Coaches, A-Logs Project, Redline Race Designs. You guys, for what you do and the everything behind it. The group of guys that are in here, they're really fun to race with. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, man, we were talking to Chris Cox. Our numbers have dropped significantly, but the competition and the racing, to me, has improved drastically. And that's not because of anything we're doing. That's to the drivers out on the track. So another great run by the CTM boys, man. I wish you a great weekend. You going to run sprint cars?
I'm not going to run sprint cars. I don't, like I said before, I need to get in them more, but I'll run out of talent there. But we'll see you next week for sure.
Right on, man. Have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. We are looking for Michael Carter. Do not see him in the waiting room here. Maybe I waited too long. There he is. We'll grab him into the broadcast booth. Michael, I know you were talking to race control, but I just stole you away because it's time, man. Great run by the 15 car. Another victory. Walk us through your night, man.
I don't know, it got a little hectic there in that heat race. I threw a slider and I thought I had Cox cleared, but I guess I I didn't. So that was a little bit on me. And then we had that restart there, and we got all bunched up there, and I got in the back of them, and then I turned off of them, and then him and Jordan got together, and I hated to see that, but I mean, it put us in a good position, and it just kept working that bottom there in the feature. I started out the top, and then the bottom seemed like it was a little quicker. The top was going away so fast, and my teammate there was giving me a run for the money. He was all over me. He had me sweating a little bit, but great run to him, man. That was fun.
Yeah, man. I told Kale I would never advocate this. There's gonna come a time where the chrome bumper may need to be honked a little bit here. But yeah, great run by the CTM crew. If you watch the broadcast, the slick went completely to the outside wall in 1 and 2. So the bottom came in. We had 2 lanes of great racing. Kale was right there, man, and Travis Anderson had a good run. So a good run all around for the CTM boys, man. Who do you want to thank for your second drive to victory lane of the night?
I thank Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Travis Anderson, Kale Smith, Redline Race Designs, GY6RN, Friday Night Lights, UJO, of course, Dirt Track Bank, top tier race control guys, everybody watching. Appreciate everything y'all do for us. It's greatly appreciated. Congrats to my teammate Kale, and Travis he was going to have a good run, I think, and got a little mixed up there, but he's doing a heck of a job too. So great job to them guys, and thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'll take you back down to race control. My apologies. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the limited late models. We do have the 305 sprint cars for your nightcap. So that is coming up next. We will get over there here momentarily. So we will be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and like I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now. History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, 2 words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. So that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary. to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
Welcome back, and it's time for your nightcap. That's the 305 Sprint Cars right back here at Kokomo, Indiana. We are getting ready to call the drivers off the track. We will, as usual, go into a driver's meeting with you guys aboard. So let's make that happen right now. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to the nightcap, the 305 Sprint Cars right here at Kokomo. Brought to you by Raven Graphics. We'll go over the rules one last time. If you finish on a podium and you do not show up for the interview or the photo, that is an EOL for the following week. 2 cautions. If you are the cause of 2 cautions in any race, could be a feature or a heat race, you will be DQ'd from the division for the week. Intentional contact will not be tolerated at any time. Call outs on Discord or anywhere. Don't message another driver in this league negatively. Please let yourself cool down before you send out any messages. If it is determined that you sent out a derogatory email or message, that will get you also an evacation. Excessive blinking, first time warning, second time EOL, third time or you'll be asked to leave for the season or for the week. So the last thing we're going to talk about is the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. That's coming up at the end of the month. The deadline to sign up, the early bird, is this Sunday. So please, there's a $100 draw for those who sign up before Sunday that you will be available for. Friday Night Lights gets 3 provisional starts. That's the highest points driver that signed up and did not qualify through regular processes. You will end up in the feature for that $1,500 payout. So a couple of things come to mind. First, I'm going to encourage you to sign up for that event. It is a $1,500 payout. It goes to Mission 22, is the beneficiary of the event. And the second thing is, please sign up for all 3 divisions, because not unlike Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, it is an accumulation of points between the 358s, the late models, and the sprint cars. So this Saturday is the deadline. We were given 3 provisionals, and we do not have a lot of Friday Night Light folks signed up. So please take the time to do that. If you need any information on that event, please hit me up. I'll send you all the information you need. You can sign up at c2crl.com, and we'll get you signed up for that event. Other than that, if there are no other questions, I will pause here momentarily. Questions, comments, or concerns? None heard. It is time to go qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. Here we go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is week 4. We are at Kokomo, so we're at another short track. Joseph Grandy, Randy Shreves are at the top of the leaderboard for points. Jeff Kemper, Chris Cox, Jason Hines round out your top 5. So this feature has 30 laps. We are following along with the 518 of Joseph Grandy as he is out on track, coming for his first. Where did Joseph Grandy go? There he is in the 518. Top of the board, Gavin Chatham. That didn't last long. The 24. Now Randy Shreves, your reigning sprint car champion, is at the top of the board with an 11:65. Jason Hines out on track in the 66 machine. Fourth quick for Jason. Anthony Morano, Jeffrey Kemper just rounding up P7. Jesse Ingram moves up to P6. We are waiting for David Tormachi in the 313. Driver out of Montana. Not sure, didn't get a time. Anthony Morano. Chris Robley out on track in the 85 machine. Let's see how Chris can do. 12th quick currently in that 85 machine with a 13 of 51. The 238. He is a previous Friday Night Lights champion. Anthony Marjulio currently 7th quick. Can he improve on his second lap? No, sir. That's where he will end. Anthony Marjulio, a 7th quick. So there you have it. There's the field. That went by super quick. We got 14 cars in the field tonight for a 30-lap feature race. Again, greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Let us know. Give us some feedback on if there's anything that we're doing that you don't like. Please let us know that. If there's things that you would like, that is also important. Again, welcome to Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights Ravens Graphics 305 Sprint Cars. We have about 15 seconds until we go to heat number 1. Heat number 1 to the grid. Heat number 1 to the grid, please. Gavin Chatham, Chris Cox on the front row. Jason Hines, Anthony Marjulio in row number 2. Jeff Kemper, Donald Ingram in row number 3. Chris Robley rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Leader needs you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once we get the 1 to go, going to ask you to tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. This will settle your starting position in the feature. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. Gavin Chatham in that 24 machine, Chatham Motorsports. He is no stranger to the front of the field in a sprint car. Again, all of our features are 8 laps. We're getting ready to get this done. Green flag is out. We are underway. It is Chatham and Cox with a great start on that outside. Chatham will get stuck down below. He gets to the outside as the 238 of Anthony Marjulio in the 238. So you have 2 champions in the top 3 as Marjulio tries to move up. Jason Hines, he's currently 5th in the points in sprint cars. He is up to P number 4. Chris Cox is setting sail up front. He's currently has a almost second gap between himself and Gavin Chatham in the 24. Anthony Marjulio in P3. Jason Hines in P4. Donald Ingram, this is his first season in a sprint car. He's up to P5. Jeff Kemper in the 181. The driver out of Oregon is in P6, followed by the 85 of Chris Robley. Working lap 6 of 8. Looks like Jason Hines is getting a little bit antsy back there as he battles previous champion Marjulio. It will be Hines diving down low. He makes the pass crossover from Marjulio. Anthony may hold on to that. Coming to the line. Jason Hines makes it work. Cox, Chatham, Hines, Marjulio are your top 4. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Randy Shreve, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Jesse Ingram, Anthony Morano in row number 2. Michael Vitale, Randall Dixon in 3. David Tormachi rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So your reigning champion of the 305 sprint cars, that's Randy Shreves in that 56. He will roll off on the pole on heat number 2. Green flag is out. We are underway. Shreves and Grandy side by side. Both drivers coming to us by way of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Grandy with a great run off of turn 2. Put him on the point. Anthony Morano is not messing around. The 32 up to P2. Randy Shreves falls from pole all the way back to P3 on the first couple of laps. So Anthony Morano in that 32 car. The Morano Racing crew showing what they're all about. The 7 car of Ingram is in P number 4. Randy Shreves is going to try to duck underneath. Morano gets into the outside wall. Shreves, they're side by side going into 3 and 4. Looks like the high side is the place to be. Working lap 5 of 8. Grandy set sail up front in the 518, followed by Morano, Shreves, Jesse Ingram in the 7 car. Michael Vitale Jr. is with us in the 213. Again, Michael, as all night, man, thank you for your service to our country and the United States Air Force. 1 lap to go. Joseph Grandy at the front of the field, followed by Morano. Now Randy Shreves was closing in, gets into the wall at the exit of turn number 2. And in turn number 3, Grandy, Morano, Shreves, Ingram are your top 4. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Feature to the grid, please. Chris Cox, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Gavin Chatham, Anthony Morano in row number 2. Jason Hines, Randy Shreves in 3. Anthony Marfulio, Jesse Ingram in row number 4. Donald Ingram, Michael Vitale in row number 5. Jeffrey Kemper, Randall Dixon in 6. Chris Robley and David Tormachi rounds out your field of 14 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Just like your feature race, everybody else, once we get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. We got 30 laps around Kokomo to get it done. Be patient. Plenty of time to work yourselves towards the front. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Chris Cox starting on the pole in that 515. Sprint cars is the only division that he does not have a championship in Friday Night Lights. So he's itching for a championship to round out his plethora of pace truck is off. Chris Cox will be looking for the green flag coming off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway. Chris Cox down low, slides up, gets to the outside. Joseph Grandy splits the middle in the 518. What a move by the 518 of Grandy. Grandy trying to get down to the inside. As he battles it out with Gavin Chatham, you got the 515 and the 32 up high. Grandy, Cox, Chatham, Morano, Randy, Shreves. Shreves now working that bottom side. Chris Cox on the point. Don't look now. Joseph Grandy working that bottom side, trying to find a way to get by. We'll go on board with Gavin Chatham, currently in the 4th position. He's running the bottom as Morano runs that top. You can hear more off the throttle than on. Let's go up top with Anthony Morano in that 32 machine as he is on the rear tail tank of the 515. He's going to try to cut down low. They are side by side. We're going to go 3 wide in 1 and 2. Morano coming into his own. The Morano Racing boys in sprint cars. Jason Hines working the top side, currently in P5. Marv Julio and Randy Shreves. Those are your past 2 champions in that 238 and the 56 battling it out. We got lap traffic ahead as I'm not sure who that was that ducked off onto pit lane. Grandy and Chatham battling it out in the 518 and the 24. Working lap 12 of 30. Morano going for the pass on the 515 of Chris Cox. Morano having a great run in that 32. Let's go on board with Anthony Morano. You can see the track super slick. .515 goes by on that high side. How long will that last? We are working lap 17 of 30. It is Joseph Grandy. That is the car down low in the 518. He's trying to get up to Gavin Chatham as the 66 of Jason Hines, driver out of Canada. He's running in P5. He wants to move up. 238 of Anthony Marfulio. Currently in P5. Up front, Chris Cox setting the pace. We're about to come up on lap traffic, lap 20 of 30. Chris Cox trying to punch his ticket to the week 13 Dash for Cash. Dash for Cash is a $500 Friday Night Lights payout for feature winners that have participated in at least 6 weeks of the season. This year we are going to increase the number. So there will be a minimum of 24 drivers, so we will go down to points after that. Chris Cox in lap traffic gets by Chris Robley. The 32 car has fallen off the pace of the 515. Morano in P2, Gavin Chatham. He's going to get through traffic. Anthony Marvulio in P4, Joseph Grandy in P5. Chris Cox has it on a rail tonight. Go on board with your leader as he gets by the 213. That is Vitali. You can hear him working the throttle inside that 515 machine. Running right up in the marbles, setting a blazing pace. We are working lap 29 of 30. He's going to come to the 1 to go. Caution free thus far. 1 to go. Chris Cox at the front of the field, followed by Morano and Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. Chris Cox coming off a turn 4. Cox for the win. Morano, Chatham are your top three. Top three start-finish line, please. Top three start-finish line. As the fireworks go off, Chris Cox seals the deal in that 515 machine. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. A caution-free 305 sprint car race. What a great way to end the night. We will get a word with your top three. Looking for Gavin Chatham to get into the booth. I see Chris Cox. Anthony Morano is in here. He finished P2. Waiting on Gavin Chatham. There's Gavin. Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. He stays even. Started third, finished third. Gavin, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe, I got you.
Man, it has been a while, my brother. It's great to talk to you once again. Walk us through your night of a caution-free 305 sprint car race.
Yeah, we started off good. We qualified quick time tonight, and the cart felt pretty good. Unfortunately, with Kokomo, that outside line has such an advantage, and Chris got to jump on the heat race there, and Chris did everything right, and congrats to him for doing a solid complete night of winning the heat race, and then he started on the pole and he drove away with it. So congrats to Chris on that. But yeah, solid night for us. I really don't like this racetrack at all. No matter what I do, I can't seem to figure it out. So to come home with a third place finish tonight, it's pretty solid for us, and we'll take it, and we'll move on to the next night.
Yeah, man. So, matter of fact, when we ended up last week at Williams Grove, I'm thinking, oh, thank goodness we are done with Williams Grove. And when I looked at the schedule and saw Kokomo, I thought, oh my goodness, more of the same. I have not looked ahead at the schedule yet, but man, I'm hoping for a real racy track coming up next. But the 24 ends up on the podium, my brother. So great run by Chatham Motorsports. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I just want to thank you, Joe, for putting all this on every Friday night. It's awesome. It's awesome to be involved with this. It's a good time. I want to thank the gentlemen that admin this race, and they do an excellent job for giving their time up to do what they do as well. I want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Designs, Velocity Race Designs, who makes awesome wraps for us, make us look quick. At least when we're not doing good, we still look good on the racetrack. And then also, Joe, good luck with your future endeavors there, going racing there.
Yeah, man, super excited. We're heading out of here early dark 30 tomorrow morning. So tomorrow evening we're gonna have a car in the garage. It's hard to even grasp a hold of. But yeah, man, thank you, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, looking forward to watching your journey. It's we did kart racing a while back, and it was a fun time going on the racetrack and being involved with that. So probably maybe trying to get into something here, keeping everything a little hush hush, but maybe we'll see where we end up someday. But hopefully in a sprint car would be nice. But some type of racing is coming up soon, I think.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's great to hear. And I'll be looking in again, My Real Ride in our Discord page. That's what it's all about, man. So if you have announcements or anything coming up, that's where we need to post this stuff. It's about a community and I won't call us friends. Some of us do make some pretty good relationships, but that's where all that's posted. That's what that was created for. So yeah, man, I'll keep you posted. I am smiling ear to ear.
That's awesome, man. Good luck with all that. I hope the best for you in that.
Yeah, man. Have a great weekend.
You too, Joe. See you next week.
Thanks, man. Anthony Morano moves up 2 from his starting position. The Morano racing crew puts it on the podium. Anthony, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe. How's it going, boss?
Man, great run in that 32 machine. I didn't know that you were a sprint car specialist, but you moved up 3, man, or moved up 2. How'd you get it done?
Wing adjustment. I started off with the wing back to I think 4, and just hoped I was able to squeeze through. I got on the inside of Chris there, and we were close. So I don't think we actually touched, but I tried to squeeze my way through early and get up and just take away the high line, but I couldn't get in front of him.
How long have you worked sprint cars, or drove sprint cars?
Not much. Very little. I run a little bit with Coast to Coast, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I was going to say I've never seen the 32, mainly mods and not limited late models so much. But man, it's great to see you on the podium. I'm sure Sherry is smiling tonight. Who do you want to thank for your second place finish?
Definitely have to thank Sherry. She's actually standing here patting my shoulder. Billy Roberts at Gears Unlimited, W Energy, Dean Roberts at Super Dirt Car, JT Screen Printing, JS Photography, Joey for putting it on, Clayton, Jordan for doing the race control, everyone back at Marana Racing. Randy Dixon's been helping out a lot, been hanging out, learning off each other. It's big help.
So I want to rewind to the limited late models. You had a late race incident. You want to talk about that? Looks like it was Murano on Murano incident there.
I remember getting into my dad in the heat race. I think kind of I started going and like he stopped. That's I think that's the only one I got into. I don't think I got into anybody else on my team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm smiling. I'm thinking, man, if I could get my dad on iRacing, and I think I actually mentioned on the broadcast that that's going to be an interesting dinner conversation. So what fun, man. You got your dad out here. Sherry's involved. That's what this is all about, man. It's all about family. And the Murano crew, every week you guys get better and better and better. And that's what this is all about, man. So greatly appreciate you coming out each week. It's just amazing, man. So I wish you the best of weekends, and hopefully we see you next week.
Yeah, I will be around. That's for sure. Thanks, Joe.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Chris Cox, he starts on the pole, finishes on the pole. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, great run. Where was the spot to run?
Well, when it started, it was top all the way around. Middle, when halfway through the race, it was I guess the top of 1 and 2, and then it went to the middle of 3 and 4.
Let me take a look at the points here real quick. So your Triple Crown championship is kind of at jeopardy here, my friend. You're fourth in the sprint cars. This win will help. If you want to repeat in the 358s and limited late models, man, you got to bring it home. So great run by you and the Ingram boys tonight. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
MJC Desktop Fabrications, Top Secret, Ingram family, Cox Gaming, my stream. You guys for putting this on. Malvern Bank for giving us money so we can keep doing what we do. The admins for adminning.
So let me ask you a question about the Dirt Track Bank while we're at it. So you say you're in Iowa and you want the support of the Dirt Track Bank. So let me ask you, do you have an account there by chance?
Do I have an account there? No.
So,
all they handle is their actual local bank is farming, like loans for farming stuff. And then their Dirt Track Bank is actually supposed to only be for dirt racing stuff.
It is online. I do have an account. So if you want their support, I would absolutely suggest, I would recommend. I am a Dirt Track Bank member. and all of those loans or all the deposits go to big loans for the big haulers and all the races that you get to see local. So I would suggest you look into it. Again, don't have to, but that's what I did, and look at where we're at. So great run by the 515 man. A victory will work. That will cure. We'll see what that does in the points. I wish you a great weekend and hope to see you next week.
You too. I need to have a conversation with you off stream after this in my channel.
In your channel?
Yes.
How
if
about we
can.
stay right here and I'll mute it?
Okay.
All right, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is week number 4 in the books. Limited late models or the 305 sprint cars runs caution free. So I greatly appreciate everyone tuning in, and we will be right back, or no, we won't. We'll be back next week. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you.
I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. it was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. Physically, I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody! I am so excited. My heart's pumping, my hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
What? He did big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other, and it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.